my brand new Taylor AD-17e Blacktop. I love this guitar. I bought this guitar a few months ago from Sweetwater using the guitar gallery in Sweetwater.com, working with my sales engineer. This guitar is actually the first guitar I ever bought from Sweetwater, and I freaking love it. So I want to give a review, a demonstration, my feelings and opinions of it now that I've had it for about, what, a month or 6 weeks. This guitar is incredibly playable, it is incredibly dynamic, and it suits my playing style really well, which is really surprising to me, along with a lot of you. So this guitar is made for an absolute player. I think this is the top priced one. It's $16.99 for the Blacktop and the pickup. So the specs on this guitar from top to bottom, and the reason I really like this guitar is that it looks so uniquely different than what Taylor would normally build. So it's a Sitka spruce top. It's oven call back and sides. The oven call is beautiful. It also works really well as a tone wood, mahogany neck, and then the fingerboard and bridge are actually eucalyptus, which I don't know of another guitar that has eucalyptus for a tone wood or just for any part of its construction. This guitar is incredibly cool, and when these were announced, I immediately felt like I really wanted to own one, at least to spend a long period of time with one. So the round shoulders, the black top, everything about this guitar is just really unique and really interesting. So the American Dream guitars from Taylor came out because they are trying to recapture in some way the nostalgia and the excitement about building guitars that came from the American Dream Guitar Company, which is the company that helped Bob Taylor learn how to build guitars and then decide to go out on his own, making his own style of guitars. It is amazing. Taylor is still treated like a brand new company, a new guitar, and they are kind of leaders in progressing acoustic guitars into new avenues. And what's so cool about this one is they're 45 years old now. So it's amazing to feel that even a guitar company that is pushing that the newest and the best guitar is still out there, that they're starting to get a little thoughtful and a little introspective. And so that's what this guitar feels like for me from Taylor. So when I saw this, the round shoulders, the Grand Pacific size, which is what they're calling this body shape and body size, this guitar just feels like a really cool, thoughtful introspection on the Taylor brand. So as someone who plays and sings a lot, this guitar seems to sit and pair really well with my voice in particular. There's one song that I immediately remember that I wrote a couple years ago. So here's just a little snippet of that song. And I'm on my way back home, and I feel almost all gone. Said I'm sorry I didn't win. Got lost in California, lost in the summer night. So the V-class bracing in this guitar, the way that this guitar is braced inside is very different than a Martin or a Taylor or many other guitar brands. There is a V that is formed inside the bracing on the inside of the guitar. It gives this guitar a really interesting voice. The other reason that I really wanted to own this guitar is that it has a way of capturing what I think is the absolute just pinnacle of Taylor guitar tone. And it's that early 90s, 2000s, Dave Matthews, Vertical Horizon, that kind of guitar tone just comes out of this guitar really effortlessly. We're now at a place where so much of that guitar tone has lived with us for so long that now it has become an iconic guitar tone that a lot of people want to incorporate into their playing. If you're a player and you're really used to that Martin kind of sound, if you're really familiar with that big woofy low end of a bluegrass D18 or D28, this guitar is not going to be for you. But if you love Smashing Pumpkins, Dave Matthews, Vertical Horizon. Like I said, this guitar captures that tone for you. Overall, with the playability, I'm very excited about this guitar. Now, is there anything about this guitar that I don't love as I've gotten used to it? If I were looking at this guitar for any critiques, I love the finish. It reminds me of kind of the Japanese woodworking where they char the wood and then they put an oil finish over it. I love the texture of the top. I love how it's black, but when you get close to it, you can see different colors. My only concern about this guitar is because it doesn't have binding on the top, and I understand why this guitar would not have binding. They are trying to keep it American made, but still affordable, and I know that that adds some price. But it does stress me out having the exposed wood grain on the top. It's kind of like the Martin X series that doesn't, they have a similar way of attaching the top to the sides. And it concerns me because if this guitar were to take a hard hit on a countertop or on a chair arm or as you're walking around, it feels like it could be a little more susceptible. It's just a little more fragile to getting hit and being damaged. I haven't seen that. I've heard people that are stressed out. They say that they've seen several of these on Reverb that have issues with, you know, top cracks and all that. I'm not worried about it for a couple of reasons. One, I don't think that all these guitars would have those issues. Number two, it comes from a really reputable brand. It comes from Taylor, who, if there's an issue, I'm sure that the warranty that they would fix it if there were a problem like that. I also have another level of comfort that comes from the fact that I bought this from a really amazing and trusted guitar retailer, which is Sweetwater, which this video isn't technically sponsored by Sweetwater, but we'll call it sponsored because they are friends of my channel. They've been very gracious to me. They've been very kind, and we worked a deal on this guitar with some videos and some sponsorships for this guitar, but all in, Sweetwater would protect me from anything that would go wrong with this guitar within reasonable use within the time. I forget what the warranty is from them. But all of that to say, I have one slight worry about this guitar, but overall, I am just so excited about this guitar. The AD-17 to me is an amazing guitar from Taylor because it doesn't feel overly futuristic and pushing forward and making me do things that I don't want to try. It feels thoughtful and a little reminiscent and introspective. This guitar is really cool. I'm very excited for this guitar. It's ultimately playable, and it has a voice that is becoming really important and really nostalgic. So, thanks for watching this video. I'm Jeremy. I'm the Guitar Hunter. This is my AD-17. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Is this guitar your style? Is it really not your style? What's your dream guitar? Now, there will be a link. There are more guitars that come from the same batch. You could have a guitar that would be just a few serial numbers from mine if you use the link down below. Now, that is a Sweetwater affiliate link, and I do get a commission if you purchase with those. But I'll have all of my guitar strings, all of my stuff, the microphone, the Royer R10, all of the setup on how I made this video in the links down below. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you guys later. Go fill the world with music and friendship. Build a community around your music, and let me know how it goes. See you guys later. Bye. So with this guitar,